All right. Again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Realms of the Wild. Yes, this is our custom open legend RPG game set in our weird version of the Breath of the Wild flavor of Hyrule. And the people below me are the people that are super excited about our new layout. Yay! Yeah, so
Notice that
I guess,
Elias is off screen while you say
yes.
that.
We've got some pretty big announcements. The first one being, look at our new layouts. They are amazing and get even cooler as we continue to play. Um, Elias has put a metric ton of work into creating these amazing little layouts, and they look phenomenal. So everyone give Elias some applause because it's pretty awesome and amazing and wonderful. The amazing stuff he's able to pull off. Um, this does mean some slight changes to how things work here for Realms. The biggest of which is you may notice if you go into the channel points that there's a bunch of new redemptions in our channel points, all linked to Realms of the Wild. We are going to be stopping using the Streamlabs uh, points system that we have been using since Realms of the Wild started, for a number of reasons. Probably the biggest of which, for something like 6 months, people stopped earning rupees through Streamlabs because of something on their back end. We had no control over it. We tried fixing it a lot of different ways. It was nothing we could do. Um, Switching over to channel points allows us a little bit better control over how things will work. And it also means we no longer have to rely on yet another third-party system that we have to somehow integrate. However, some of you still have rupees from the old system. So for the next month, effectively, basically for the next 2 episodes, because we do this every other week, we are going to be using both. So if you still have old version rupees from Streamlabs, you can redeem them this week, next session, and the session after that for whatever you would like. After that point, we will no longer be using them whatsoever. So if you have any points left in there after then, they kind of just go away. We're not gonna keep track of it. I will point out, because we'll be going into some of the changes with the new channel point rupees in a second, but I will point out, if your decision is to use your rupees and the old system of rupees to, redeem a bunch of boss battles or special episodes or things like that, I will do whatever I can to take care of every redemption we can within the next month-ish here. But if I don't have the ability to get to it within a month, it's just going to disappear. I hate to say it that way, but it could turn into something very, very taxing for the whole group. So
Oh
yeah,
no,
so
wow. Design a boss is just gone from the old rupee list. I don't know how that happened. Oh well, we'll just ignore that.
If you do things like reroll tokens, legend points, potions, things like that, all of those I can redeem as soon as they're put in, and then the players get to keep those beyond the Streamlabs rupees going away. So those things will stay. Um, So yeah. Otherwise, yeah.
I'm not saying that a special episode just got redeemed, but
Yes. Special episode from someone named Gren Iadid Trombonist.
I thought they were on the
I don't know.
blacklist.
I thought so too, but
just
apparently
look at what the episode is.
the episode is going to be Everyone is Elias. So yeah, that would be interesting. Anyway, so yes, please
Ilea
use
wants
those
the
up.
mock-ups I sent to become reality.
Moving forward, we are also changing how some of the things work. You will notice there are two new group channel point goals. What are those called again now?
Community challenges, I think.
Community challenges. We have shifted things away from special episodes and boss encounters specifically being something that a single person can redeem on their own, just because it was starting to become a little bit, I guess, one-sided would be the best thing. So now, anyone that wants to, you can use your channel points to donate towards a boss encounter or a special episode. And then once those get filled up, we will actually run a poll into the chat for you guys to pick what it is that boss encounter or that special episode is. We will take feedback from the chat as far as what the options will be, and then when the poll actually goes live, you will actually be able to use your channel points to vote. So rupees are still going to be able to be used to get the results that you want. We're just making some modifications so that it's a little bit easier on our end to make sure that we are doing this as often, or we are taking care of this in a way that works.
Yeah, they're already contributing to boss battles in the special episode.
Yep.
Make Everyone is Elias happen.
So other than that, you should be able to see the redemption should look very, very similar to what you're used to. We got rid of the add an enemy redemption just because it really was almost never used other than as part of a boss encounter, and boss encounters themselves already are going to have bad guys and stuff in them, so it seemed like a redundant thing. Other than that, the other one I will make mention of, the make an NPC. That'll be something that if you want to have an NPC, like we've seen quite a few other times, I will send you a message on Twitch. We will have a conversation with it about it, and then your NPC will show up in the game whenever it seems most convenient. The other thing that I have to make mention of is all of the totals as far as how much everything cost are going to change. First things first, anyone that's been watching Realms for a while will have tons of channel points that they have saved up. So we may modify some of the rewards things to be a little bit more expensive to offset the fact that people just have tons made up, and then when those tons made up are used up, we may shift it back. It all depends on how it impacts the game. So literally all the costs of everything will probably change multiple times over the next few months.
But Jody, I only have over 250,000 channel points.
I know. I mean, and the most expensive thing we have is 1,000. So, yeah, it'll be
250 NPCs.
Yeah, Elias could literally just make his own region
make my own realm
of Hyrule.
Again, make Everyone is Elias happen. Even the
million
NPCs.
channel points, create a realm.
Create a realm. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are just excited about this. We've been wanting to kind of switch off of Streamlabs for a little while because of the problems we've been having. I felt that this is the best time to do it with the whole revamp to the layouts and everything, giving you kind of a visual reminder of things have changed. So I hope you guys are excited about this. I'm excited to see how all this stuff goes. And like I said, everything is in flux. So use this stuff as much as you want. Give us feedback in chat if anything feels like it's too expensive, not expensive enough. We all have chat open, so we see all this stuff that you guys are just saying.
Oh, I should open chat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's interesting. I think one of the strengths of Realms of the Wild is how much our audience is a part of telling the story. So yeah. Yeah, like Yos, I literally just finished explaining it. So
spent like the past 15 minutes explaining it, but
I'm not gonna re-explain it, unfortunately.
feel free to rewind the bot a bit.
Yeah, feel free to watch the first part. Yeah, you know, it happens. But anyway, yeah. Yes, effectively, the Streamlab rupees, the system that we were using, it exists for another month. So feel free to use up your saved up rupees. I did make mention any redemptions that I'm not able to get through in the next month are just going to go away. So like if you redeem like 12 boss encounters or like 7 special episodes, there's no possible way I can get through all of those things in the next effectively 3 sessions. So they would just go away. But we have a new system. Like I said, watch the previous 15 minutes to find out how it works. But that's the basis of it. So, but the new rupee rewards you can start using today. We're using the channel points now, so that goes active today. So for the next month, we have both active. So. Anyway, do we have? Does anyone else have announcements? Like Elias, do you have an announcement?
Nope, no announcements.
Are you sure?
Oh right.
You were...
An hour after this, I'll be live on my Twitch channel for a stream. But why, Elias, are you just advertising your Twitch channel on Realms of the Wild like a pleb? Well, it is because it is my 8-year anniversary stream. And we have some very special and fun things planned. Chaos, competition, and more. It will be at least 8 hours. So head on over after this, an hour after this, at noon Pacific time to twitch.tv/Elias Thompson. That is it. That's my announcement.
Hooray!
It's going to be real awkward if someone else has a Twitch anniversary today now.
I don't even know when my Twitch anniversary. I think it's in January sometime. December.
Mine should be in January, because I started streaming when I went to do my marrow donation. That's my only reference for what I started. Yay, Elias is an 8-year-old. You're in 3rd grade.
Okay.
Or 2nd. It's the end of the year. He could be in 2nd.
He could be in
7th,
2nd and coming into 8th grade.
To
3rd grade.
It.
Again, I am tired.
You're 8 years old in 8th grade? That's impressive.
I mean, what's his reading level?
In dog years.
What? Okay.
So anyway, yeah, everyone tune in. Elias is I don't know if I've ever plugged Elias's streams here, but Elias is a remarkably fun person to watch stream.
Elias also just called all of us who have plugged our streams here plebs. So,
Yeah, I noticed that. I was just going to kind of ignore it because it's his 8-year anniversary.
no,
But
he doesn't feel any shame about that.
No, not at all whatsoever.
yeah, he does cool stuff. Like he does a Metroid Dread randomizer that's a lot of fun, and he did speed running for Metroid Dread. I think you still do speed running stuff.
I occasionally speedrun and play randomizers. Fast
Those
video
are cool.
games may be involved in the stream.
He's
Or at
doing
least
a thing with
attempts at being fast.
I can't remember who you're doing the Nuzlocke with.
Kelly, Zoid
Kelly,
Day
there
in
we
chat.
Yes.
We
So-
did another stream last night. It was rife with drama and conflict. You should check it out.
It is cool stuff.
The good kind.
So, yeah. Check out all the cool stuff. Any other announcements? Ilea, do you have dissertations that you want to assign to people in chat?
I started my dissertation data collection on June 1st.
So what we need to do now is everyone send Ilea, that's at Green Eyed T-Bone on Twitter, random data sets.
Actually,
you don't need to
no.
explain them.
No.
Just give her numbers.
I got
No.
you. I got
What
you.
would actually be really helpful is one of my data sets is about companies that change their logo for Pride Month. So if you run into any of those, send me that information.
Pictures are remarkably useful in that particular aspect. Just take your phone out, snap a picture
I
at
mean,
Green Eyed T-Bone.
screenshot it or just like at me with what the company's tag is. Like,
Yeah, I forget.
Um,
Everybody uses Twitter for marketing now.
I got Oreo, I got Kellogg, I got Riot Games, so I also have League of Legends and the offshoot of League of Legends, but I very much would like more. I have Twitch's video that they put out, but they didn't change their logo last time I looked. Anyway, that's one of the things I'm collecting.
Like I said, folk, random matrices of numbers. Just send them to no explanation needed. Just give her random matrices of numbers.
Jody, do you remember those massive JSON files?
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
yes. Let us send Ilea our realms dumps.
If you do that, I will add an appendix to my dissertation where I'm like, I have horrible friends. This is what they did to me. Let me just explain this thing to you for 100 pages.
Page filler, easy.
Yeah, I mean, if you
No,
need to extend,
appendix. It will have nothing to do with the main chapters, which already my committee is talking about potentially cosplaying for my defense. So very excited for that.
Anyway, unless we have any other announcements, I think it's time to return to the realms of the wild. And before we get too far, Aruna, Zulta, and Arel take 5 legend points apiece from Imp, and then each one of you gets a reroll to token as well from Imp.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you, Imp.
Unable to complete redemptions, don't you dare.
I need 14 more legend points.
Okay, so you know how we're switching off of Streamlabs? Apparently they found out because I can't accept any of these redemptions. That is hilarious.
Good timing.
I'm gonna try-
No.
All right, will you hold, please?
What am I holding?
Did you want to ask that to the group?
I
Holy
don't
crap.
want to ask that to you. I know what your
Chex
answer
is
will be.
quiet the entire intro. The minute we switch into game mode. Hello, innuendo?
So, I'm gonna just put this out here. I just tried to accept the legend points the way I've done it for forever. They didn't work.
I'll
I
see if I can
refreshed
do
the
it.
page. They all disappeared.
It might be authentication. I'll try it on my end. If not, we'll talk later.
One of you three, can you write down somewhere that Pierre and Cass also have 5 legend points?
I'll tag them on Twitter.
Yeah. So, yes. Like I said, go ahead and keep using the Streamlabs for the next 3 sessions if effectively. If for whatever reason an awkward amount of time passes between you redeeming something and me making mention of it in Giga Game, say something in chat, because like I said, Streamlabs apparently is showing exactly why we are no longer going to be using Streamlabs for point redemptions.
It's authentication.
already
I'm marking
broken.
them as accepted.
Thank you.
So they're still
I
here.
tweeted at both Carrie and Alex.
Okay. No, anyway, time to return to the realms of the wild. The party has reunited yet again. After dealing with the fact that some members of the party appeared in different parts of Hyrule, the party has finally all gotten back together and decided to go to Riverside Town, or Riverside City, to try and discover more about what has been going on. However, when they arrived, they found that the caravan that is Riverside Town in the Courage Realm had moved on. So they went searching for the next most likely location, and they found something very strange. They found scorch marks that had some strange effect on shadows of the area. When Arel went to investigate in the Shadow Realm, she found that whatever caused these scorch marks actually caused the Shadow Realm to stop existing in those places, presenting some rather interesting troubles for the party. And that is where we return.
So long story short, something is purifying shadows and I'm gonna die.
What? Why do you
Yes.
think you're gonna die?
Can you
For our
imagine
last
a realm
conversation-
pure?
No.
I think last time, one of the things I remember bringing up was... I have to remember this line of thought, so give me a sec to get there. We were assuming that the Yiga that we ran into around here, which I'm pretty sure was in this realm, were maybe aligned with the man dressed in black because they, at least one of them, just knew everything about us, right?
Mhm.
And so we came here to investigate that lead, but when we got here, it looked like they were developing weapons technology against shadow magic, maybe, which we think the man in black might be also associated with, but we haven't really seen him in the Shadow Realm or anything. So we're now thinking that maybe the Yiga are against him and pursuing their own methods of doing that, but we also don't know like who wants what, or if we should be aligning ourselves or going against any of them. But at the very least, that the guy in black has been killing versions of us. Maybe for personal gain. Or some greater goal. Yiga's always a wild card, but they default to serving Ganon, so... These are my thoughts.
Those are some good
What
thoughts.
do you guys think?
Those are some good thoughts.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll try to not have you die.
Thank you.
So far, we're 0 and 5 for deaths.
I look up from my axolotl, who I assume I've been in a deep conversation with for a long time. Go, what's happening?
So we are going to find the Yigas.
That's a choice.
Also, we don't know where they are. We thought they might be here, but they're not.
Yes, that's why we came here, and they're not here, so we are trying to go other places that they might be.
Did we think about where they might be last time, Jody? Do you remember?
As far as the Yiga or the whole camp itself.
Oh, wait, we were looking for a map so we can find the highest concentration of banana plants.
Yeah. That was our best theory so far. That or just
That was the
scouring
plan.
Hyrule for random caves.
Yep.
I see why I've been talking with Mary this entire time.
In the Courage River realm, the kind of base of operations for the Yiga clan is generally understood to be somewhere in Gerudo Desert. But beyond that, there's little pockets of Yiga clan supposedly everywhere. But the conversations around that idea of there's Yiga clans anywhere is kind of, the kind of carries the same weight as, boogeyman stories to get people, to get kids to go to sleep. Some people actually believe that they're everywhere. Most people just kind of consider them a way to convince people to do the things you want them to do.
I'm really, really tempted to have Zolta just yell out, "Yo, Yiga, we want to talk to you."
Not the worst
You're
idea we've
welcome
had,
to the two.
probably.
I mean, we have been talking about them and our plans to find them in rather loud voices.
Yeah.
So-
So we're gonna find the Yiga clan?
We're gonna try to, yeah. Can you not hear me? I'll yell louder.
Ah!
Roll for initiative. No.
Why do I come back and Kiri's gone?
Yes, we were trying to make better decisions without you guys.
It
You see how
didn't
that
work.
ended up. Is someone's Siri going off? Okay, never mind.
No.
Okay,
Whenever they were
Sorry.
recording
force noises going off.
okay.
whenever they were recording the forest noises, their Siri went off and they forgot to take it out. Okay,
I'm
so there's maybe a headquarters in the desert somewhere, but that's very far away, and also a headquarters, which would be a lot of Yiga. Definitely the Ganon kind. We could... Is there any place around this particular area where we know these Yiga were? That, like, either Yiga would have gone to, or, like, any like, survivors, any people after the tent maybe has been nuked. We can still look for the stable.
Sure.
nearby, but...
So as mentioned last time, there's a couple likely locations where
Right.
this town is relocated to that you guys haven't gotten to. This was the first one. So if you want to continue looking, you can. Otherwise, if you want to start looking effectively for places where Yiga Clan could hide, you guys could definitely do that as well. And Pierre being able to give you an aerial view, because exclamation point Pierre, he can fly. Would definitely help you guys in being able to locate places where they might be hiding. So you can try to look for them. It will involve you actually trying to look for them. So
Aurel, didn't you and Pierre go to the sex cult thing and it turned out to be the Yiga clan?
Yeah, that's right where we're standing.
Okay,
with the burn
but
marks on
you
the
didn't
ground.
get any of their numbers? Any contact information?
No, because they tried to kill us.
What do you mean
Like
they're
I
before
feel
numbers?
like that
could.
wouldn't have stopped you.
Before I could.
Oh, okay.
And I
What
was
do you
feeling
mean
a little
numbers?
different
Is that
night,
a
so I
is that a
wasn't
power
very.
realm thing?
I wasn't really talking.
You
yes,
know, their latitude and longitude.
What is that?
so that we can send a messenger bird, like Pierre.
Yeah. He's our homing pigeon.
Their way to keep in touch with people.
Okay.
When we
Well, I
can't
mean,
touch them.
there's a couple of other spots we could check around here, probably within a day or two, to see if the stable or any people are around. Maybe if there is, they might know what exactly happened and where we might find anything we're looking for. But this is still very much half a plan. Like, even if we find them, we don't exactly know what we're going to do except hope to talk ourselves out of it. And if it goes bad, fight our way out of it.
So normal,
Yeah.
especially when Kess isn't here.
She's right there. What are you talking about?
Especially when Carrie isn't here.
I'm looking over Kess's shoulders at what she's writing in her notebook this time. All I see is they're all idiots.
Yeah. They're all idiots. And then you also see she is scribbling more and more notes about the copious amounts of new parts and things that she got after your robotic dino encounter.
I see a lot of like charts and numbers and graphs, and it's like floating everywhere as you look at it. It's like, no, not happening.
You see all these Greek Greek letters just showing up randomly.
Your eyes kind of go slightly cross-eyed as you're looking around.
Why are the Greek letters showing up randomly?
At some point, I'll have to ask Cass what Greek is.
That's the best part about this. They still use the Greek alphabet for all of the calculus variables, despite the fact that Greece never existed. So we don't know where these things came from. And at this point, she's used all of the alphabet.
Ancient Holodrum was weird, man. All right. So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to look at the other spots, or look at banana spots, or what?
The only idea that we had was to find bananas. So we were going to go and try and find a map of some sort in the next like city or stable or area, whatever was around here.
Well, this was the next.
Is it Riverside Stable?
Maybe, but that's what, like, we can look, just scan the area to see if we can find anything that's left of it, or maybe it's just moved entirely. And look for a banana map. Maybe that's like a code that the Yiga use in like stables. They just go into shops to go, hey man, you guys got any banana maps? And if they're Yiga, they'll be like, oh yeah man, come to the back, and they take them to their hideout.
Sounds about right. Or maybe if we find a map that has a high density, it shows a high density of or a high concentration of banana plants, it'll actually be like a big code that they've planted these trees in, so that'll tell us where to go.
I agree that seeing a high concentration of bananas on any map I've ever seen would be odd. So if it's
Exactly.
there, that would be a giveaway, I think.
Hey, people, where do you go to get your bananas?
There's no one here but us.
I usually
I'm
get
going
them
to
at
just
the
get
market.
louder.
Oh, I believe we have an excess of bananas with us.
Oh, I understand. Oh man, what am I going to do with all these bananas I have? There's no way I could eat them all.
Man, I don't
As
like
a side note,
bananas.
I am completely unarmed and vulnerable.
With a whole bunch of bananas. The things you can do.
A
I'll
banana
start-
is roughly 30 grams of carbs.
I'll start leading Pierre and everyone to the spots I think the stable could be.
Okay.
While leaving a trail of bananas as you walk.
And watching out for all the dangers in the area. Yiga, Guardians, Talus, Lionels, all the telltale signs.
So where are we going? Where's the next closest?
So the next place that it might be is going to be a little bit further west than where you guys are, or not west, east than where you guys currently are. And as you continue to go, Aruna, why don't you give me a perception check?
That will be 13.
So as you are going, let's do it this way.
That's so comforting what you just did.
Mm-hmm. Gotta get my cool dice.
Yeah.
No.
Arel, as you guys
Did I-
are kind of wandering through, Arel, eventually, as you're walking, the ground beneath, as you step down, the ground beneath you kind of shifts underneath you, and you stumble a little bit. And when you look over, you notice that the reason the ground shifted is you actually just stepped on debris of some kind that had been covered by leaves and other kind of underbrush style stuff.
So wait, Aruna did something and I'm the one to
But he
stumble
didn't.
into things?
He didn't roll high enough for him to see it himself, so
Okay.
one of you accidentally stumbled at it because he still rolled
I
high
see.
enough to get something.
Okay. Hey,
Every
you
roll
guys?
matters.
This is true. There's something here. It looks like stuff under leaves. It's kind of like lifting them off or kicking them off.
Okay.
See what I can find.
As you kind of clear things off, you find a saddle and bridle that are stained with a dark red liquid of some sort. And then you also find broken pots. They were all underneath kind of a tarp that looks like it probably was part of a tent, probably a weatherproofing portion that you would put over the tent during rain and things like that.
Okay.
And these shards of pots also had the red stains on them.
Guys, I think a horse died here by pots.
By pots?
By pots. Come check this out. Come on.
Well, it is a
Look.
well-known affliction.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Death by pots is
That's why you have
it's
to
a real
keep pots
problem.
away from horses. Yeah. You know, you can't use them correctly.
I'm so
Oh, we're
confused.
not talking about the form of tachycardia. Okay.
What is that?
What?
Tachycardia.
I
It's
don't
your
know
heart.
what you're talking about.
You just said it.
cards that
pots,
are
huh?
really, really garishly painted. Tacky cards.
In blood.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that
blood,
does look like
yeah.
blood.
Fun.
Yeah. Thus, I think a horse was murdered here. by
How far are we
pots.
from the spot the dark spots?
Uh,
At this
Um,
here,
sorry, I'm not sure what you're asking. How far from what is what?
the dark spots, the explosion sites.
This you guys have been traveling for probably about 20 or 30 minutes, so
Okay.
the scorch marks are pretty far behind you guys.
Maybe there's a trail of blood that's leading somewhere else to an injured horse that got attacked by the pots.
Oh, I like that. Can I try and see if I can find something?
Instead, can I just reach out to feel for any life energy in the area?
Pierre, can you fly up and look for an injured horse?
My favorite thing about this is the fact that apparently we have deadly pot monsters now that I was not expecting to need to design.
I would
You don't
also
have to
like
design it. It's fine.
I would like to taste the blood and find out if it's actually horse.
Oh my god.
So,
What happened
being
to
a
this
game
group? I love
master,
it.
every so often, you will write things and the players will take it in such a different direction that is so much better than anything you could have ever written that you just pretend, yes, that is exactly what I meant, because it'll be that much more interesting. Not saying that's what's happening here, but I am creating pot monsters now.
Why? Why have we done this?
Because we need to get high. What? I'm tired.
That excuse
I
is
also
only going to
kinda-
get you so far.
No,
Oh,
because
my
we are
face
also
hurts.
tired,
My
and
face
that
hurts.
doesn't happen. I'm excited.
I can't feel my face. Okay,
I'm not
so
with you because I'm having another stroke now.
is that how the song goes? I've never heard the rest of it.
No, it's not.
No,
It's and I like it.
I like it.
Okay.
But if you can't feel
Oh.
your face suddenly, you're probably having a stroke.
Oh God.
So
Remember
happy that everyone could
the
join
signs of a
us
stroke,
for the
folks,
last episode
because
of Realms
if
of the
you
Wild.
get
Fast, face, arm, speech, and time.
if you get medical attention quickly, like within the first, I want to say like an hour or so after it starts, you can have a 100% recovery. Like the amount we
Bless you.
learned about strokes is amazing, but it all requires you to get medical attention very quickly. So
Very quickly,
No,
to
those signs.
recognize the signs and to have an ambulance close by enough as you don't have to wait for 30 minutes in order for them to get there.
So I keep a
Uh,
personal ambulance within 30 feet of me at all times.
Good call.
I think we
There's
need
another
to
person in
include
your house.
a short clip. The more you know, do 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 thing. Just
do we?
Just randomly.
Hey, Les,
going
you know how
over all the
you went
time.
and created all these new overlays for literally everything on the
Sure
channel?
do, Jody.
You want to make another one?
No?
No,
So,
it just needs to
Arel-
be an alert that's like
So
one
did it
channel
taste like
point.
Make me a
Horse blood?
perception
Yeah,
check,
I was
Arel.
about to say, hold on. Zolta's like leaning down, like licking the saddle.
no. I'm getting a little bit on my finger and licking
Oh.
my finger.
Oh, it's a better image if you're licking this.
So, Arel,
Yes.
make
Oh,
me a
sorry.
perception check.
Perception.
Zulta, make me. I have to figure out what to call this.
I know.
Lick
Make
that.
Call
me
it Learning.
sure. I was gonna make it a fortitude
I was
check.
going to say fortitude.
Yeah.
No,
Fortitude?
let's make it learning.
We'll go with learning. That's fine.
See if you
You're
survive.
about to learn
That's
something.
I'm one better in learning than
Zolta's about to learn
14.
something about her fortitude.
it.
Yeah,
Something about
14.
randomly tasting things you find on the ground. Okay,
soaked into a saddle. Thank you.
so we're gonna start off with.
I will admit the context
Arel.
clues are on your side.
So,
Um,
Arel, what specifically were you looking for? I've forgotten completely at this point.
Don't worry, I have as well. So let's think of something
Oh
quickly.
my gosh. Oh, a blood trail.
Blood
Yeah.
trails, things in the area that would give us clues as to
Okay.
the direction as to where to go. So I got a 27.
Arel, from your history of how you survived in Riverside City, being able to find things of value and relocate them, let's say. You don't have a huge amount of trouble now that you know what to look for. You kind of go into your thief mode and start looking around, and you do see about 120, 150 feet away another bit of debris. And you go a little bit further, another 200 feet, and you're starting to kind of map out kind of a line of this debris and where it's going. While that's going on, Zulta, as you sit there and you kind of...
I would like to be very clear about this. I put some on my finger, I put it to the tip of my tongue, I spit it out.
Okay, so it having never eaten horse before, you're not 100% familiar with the taste of horse blood.
That you know of.
I
He
was
knows
backstory.
everything.
Explain this section of your backstory for us, where you
The,
had to eat
the
a
diet-
Explain the
of
normal backstory. Why would I
Zora
explain eating
Nobles
horse?
doesn't generally tend to contain horses for dinner.
I agree. However, people on the run.
You weren't on the
will
run
eat what they
long
want.
enough to eat horses.
maybe she encountered someone that was serving dinner and like invited her, and she thought it was a
Some
restaurant.
people ate
so she
horse and
ate
didn't
it,
know
and
they
it was
ate
horse.
horse.
What's this
Yeah.
meal? Meat.
What kind
This
of
is
meat?
a good stew.
I mean, yes, you know what? A better way to phrase
Don't
this
ask.
was not that we know of.
So, Zulta, you have become familiar with the scent of blood more recently, and you do taste that kind of coppery flavor in it. But as you touch it to the tip of your tongue, you notice your tongue actually starts to go numb almost instantly.
That was a bad point.
What?
Bad point.
Why are you sticking your tongue out like that?
I can't move it.
What?
It tingle. It numb.
I can't understand what you're saying.
What does it feel like?
Your
Can I-
voice, your name is weird.
Can you
like
please
this.
put your tongue back in your mouth and speak normally?
No.
You're relatively certain that that shouldn't be happening, and obviously there's something else in the blood that has caused this, though you have no idea
Yeah.
what.
Are
I'm
you
going to-
allergic to pot?
I'm going to take out the note. I'm taking out the notebook I borrowed from Kess. I'm going to write in it, blood has numb tongue. Don't know why. Don't eat blood.
You watch as
Don't
Cass just
this
kind of looks at
blood.
you. You see a little tear. No.
Making notes.
Cass, are you okay?
yeah.
Or is she about to die?
I'd like to imagine that
Probably
Arel
both.
takes the pencil and does the insert mark this and then underlines it for this blood.
That Arel does that?
Yes, because she just
Yes.
corrected me.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
It's a hand over hand though, so I have to like grab her hand and move the pencil with her hand. So
Well, I
Start
wasn't
dagger
planning on
eyes
tasting the blood.
from Cass.
it's okay. I'm okay with
But
dagger
that's
eyes.
good to know.
She did slap me once. That was nice.
Does anyone here know if horse blood normally numbs your mouth?
It doesn't.
Okay, good to know. I won't ask how you
So
know
yeah,
that.
I would say Arel probably
Arel
said
is the
horse
best
blood.
to know that.
So this is
I
not
know a
horse
lot
blood.
of random things. The more-
It could be horse blood mixed with something.
You're gonna have to keep writing in
Probably
your
is.
notebook, Zolta. I can't
Although-
understand a word you're saying.
Although it could be you're allergic to it.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know much
maybe.
about allergies. Is your like mouth getting itchy? Do you have a rash, or is it
Be
just
really
your tongue?
awkward.
Do you want me to
My
just like feel
tongue.
your tongue?
If the blood
No.
person was
If there's-
allergic to blood.
No.
Could.
Ilea, you would notice at this point that your lips and your lips feel, for lack of a better term, slick.
Slick Lip Zolta, the color.
Get Bool. I write down Get Bool.
Why
Again,
didn't we have Bull analyze the blood?
That would have
Just
been the
to-
smart thing to do,
That
but
would have been the smart thing to do, but it's the
Just to
three of
use
us.
a character that isn't here, Kess would point out that if you spill an acid on yourself, it tingles and itches for weak acids, and then strong acids obviously burn. If you spill something basic on yourself, it feels very kind of slick and oily. Will eventually start to itch, and then it will burn as well as you get more and more basic. So
I'd like to take
she would
this time to
theorize.
also remind us not to lick batteries.
She would theorize
Volta's
that
definitely
whatever
not basic, though.
you put on your tongue is more basic than acidic.
Well, it's more basic than me, which is not hard. Great. Someone go find me some citrus.
well,
Well,
we're looking
pals.
for bananas. Does that count?
No.
I'm glad that you're able to speak normally again.
I'm not.
The whole notebook thing was.
This
getting
is
a little-
all in the notebook, just
Oh.
to be clear. It's just,
Okay.
yeah.
By the way, you guys, there's a trail of like shiny. Oh, in the meantime, I
I'm
kind
gonna
of
put oranges in all caps.
I don't know what we have for food. That's a good point. What do we eat, you guys?
Lemon.
Besides rocks.
Mostly.
Besides rocks, what do we eat, guys? I don't know if we've ever talked about that. Do we have any? of these?
You were given food from Aruna's parents.
You never have to worry about food when you're wealth level 6.
True.
But yeah, before you guys left Goron City, Aruna's mother would have baked a bunch of.
Yeah, she
goods,
gave us a bunch of
for
box
you
lunches.
guys.
Did she
Does she have lemon cake? Or lemon,
lemon
bars?
cake or a fruit cake?
Oh, I love lemon bars.
Lemon bars are so good.
Mm.
Mom, did you give us lemon cake?
More savory
like that.
than sweet. She
Yeah.
she didn't do a lot of sweet cooking because
I
savory
didn't
tends to keep
suspect
a little bit easier than sweet
We
things.
would get fruit things from
Death
the
Mountain.
Gorons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Well, let us know if it gets worse, and we'll go emergency scouring for citrus fruits.
It's already worse. Yes. Ridden.
Do you feel like you're about to die?
My lips are slick.
Okay,
Don't
take
let
that
Arel,
as a
doesn't
no.
let Arel read that line. Only shows it to Aruna.
And then crosses it off really quick.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
In
you
the
show it to
meantime-
Aruna. Oh, your lips are slick. Okay, well, then it's probably not that bad.
Your lips are what?
Slick.
Just one
Oh.
page just says
How does
no
that feel?
for Arel. I'll be referring to
How does-
this page often.
And bookmark that page.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I do imagine Arel like jumping from spot to spot and just kind of burrowing into it to see if there was anything else, and then like jumping to the next spot.
Okay.
It's like, is there anything precious here?
So the first spot that you go to, you find the remnants of a wagon wheel, which is impressive because there's no other wagons. There's no other pieces of a wagon around, just the wheel, and it is splintered and broken into many different pieces. And again, you can see little specks of blood on it. And then the next place, you actually find bones.
Oh,
This is the most nightmare-fueled
No.
version of Oregon Trail ever.
Hello, dog.
we found bones to begin with. We just couldn't identify what kind of bones they were. Do you
The
remember? 'Cause
interesting-
when we were like, was it femur? Was it horse bone? We don't know.
The interesting thing about these bones is the fact that it's obvious that these things have only been here for maybe a day or two, which is nowhere near long enough for decomposition to leave nothing but bones. But these bones
Oh.
are dry and desiccate it.
You guys, I'm not smart enough to know what this means, but check out these bones.
I think it means that
Huh?
bones are here.
There are bones here. Why do they look so funny? Wait, if you kill something, are there bones right away? Zolta, you know, you suck the life and blood out of things.
Aurel, you've literally killed people before.
I don't suck the blood out of them.
I now actually start taking notes about the crack patterns on the bones. Because I do dessicate people as a form
You
of
do.
killing them.
Then
So
she takes it back to her
this
lab
is
to
something
check
I
the
actually have
cyanide.
an interest in. So now I'm
Go ahead
taking
and-
real notes.
Go ahead and make a logic check for me.
Sure. Hi, dog. We have to make a logic check now.
Hopper.
Don't hit your head.
What is your
I
dog's
don't
name?
have any logic. 16. Better than the blood.
Yeah. So looking this over, you actually get a bit of a chill that runs down your spine because this looks identical to what would happen had you life drained someone far beyond the point that was necessary to end their life.
So as I'm taking notes, I stop, realize how bad this is, and goes, uh-oh, that doesn't require the tongue.
I can tell you a lot of things that don't.
Oh, your
require
voice is
tongue.
coming back.
No.
Does that mean your
Uh,
lips are
At this
not
point,
as
the
not as
feeling the feeling in your tongue is
Forgot the adjective
coming back,
already.
and your whole mouth now is starting to feel that kind of slick feeling, and it's starting to just very mildly itch.
8 oranges. Now. And get away from here. Ah.
Why?
Blah.
I mean, not why the
scan
oranges, but
the
why get away from
horizon
here?
for oranges?
We need a map that shows us all of the plant life in Hyrule.
You went from banana
Told you.
map to plant map because there's plants. We're standing on plants right now.
But not a map of it. We can't see where things are.
You want a map to show every blade of grass in Hyrule?
No, just like the edible ones.
I mean, I've seen
The
people
big
with
edible
grass. Oh,
I have two. So, and durian trees, like. Yeah.
yep.
So Zolta, you were traveling this way a day or so ago. Did you kill someone?
Oh yeah, Zolta, did you do this?
No.
You're now starting to get to the point where your sense of taste is coming back, and your mouth has this kind of overwhelming bitter flavor pervading it.
Blech.
I feel like Jody just has like a list up in a tab of just like the timeline of what happens when you eat a battery or something.
Oh, no, this is basic, not acidic. I would like to ask Aruna for any granite he has on hand.
Oh yeah, I got that. Here you go.
Thank you. I'm going to lick the granite because granite is one of the acid rocks.
No, there's no acid on
Did
this
you-
planet.
Wait, I imagine you need to like put it in your mouth and suck on it like a lozenge for a
Yeah,
long time.
I'm going to be sucking on this
So,
granite.
Granite actually goes
Nice.
really well with wine if you want to pair that later.
Wine is acidic. Do you have wine? Your Goron juice, is it acidic?
I don't know if there's acid in it, but you can try it if you want.
Do we have alcohol? That's
Yes.
acidic. Okay.
I
They'll
think
do it.
that
You
would
like some
explain
alcohol.
many of our decisions.
So first things first, I want to go back to something you just said. Granted, I'm not aware of
I
what
looked
this
up-
means.
I looked up acidic rocks, and it says the specific rock types included in the acid rocks are the coarse-grained and plutonic granite, adamellite, and granodiorite.
But does that mean that it's actually like
I
pH acidic?
I think it is slightly acidic, is what it is.
Okay.
Let's see
Um,
here.
You know.
Granite
yeah.
pH scale.
Acidic rock is a rock that is either silicous, having a high content of silica, or rock with a low pH. So it is acidic.
Okay, so I'll say if you want to effectively use it as a lozenge, it won't get rid of the bitter flavor, and it'll taste really, really weird. But it will stop the itching and kind of slick feeling. It'll
These people
effectively
haven't found me
neutralize.
any actual food yet that could help. So this is what we're up to now.
Sounds good. So the
We're in
pH
the middle of
balance
nowhere.
of granite is between 0 to 6.5 being acidic, composing of hydrogen, mostly hydrogen particles, and 7.5 to 14 being alkalic hydroxide.
So it
So
runs
7 being neutral. So it is slightly acidic at the highest end.
Yeah. So in short, sucking on granite is going to help.
Very, very slowly
purer
over a
it
long
is.
period of time.
We learn here. I really think we need a the more you know screen
Yeah,
to just
yeah.
pop up.
Interesting. This is cool.
We've lost checks.
Oh.
Pure water has a pH value of 7, which is considered neutral.
Oh,
cool, you
okay.
guys.
So I'm sucking on a rock and going, I didn't do this, but someone dangerous did. And I showed that to Aruna since Arel has seemed to just gone off into her own world talking about rocks. Which
Normal clean rain has
well-
a pH value between 5.0 and 5.5, which is slightly acidic. Can it start raining?
So
You can't will the
here's-
weather to...
I would just like to point out that now that Arel is ranting about rocks, the thing where, you know, the longer you're a couple with someone, the more alike you become, seems to be bearing out.
So both Aruna
That's what
and
she
Tess. Yes.
Did I do that
Oh,
right?
group mentality. You were very close.
Okay.
I
I'm
appreciate
going
that.
to just show him the page where I'm like, someone dangerous.
Yeah, you showed me this already. But no one else is here.
Bananas have a pH value of 0.5 to 5. 5.0 to 5.3. So bananas are technically also acidic.
Okay, but I don't want to eat the bananas.
We're clearly following a trail of death here, but that's why we're being
Oh.
careful.
That's right. We're doing something. So you guys, we should head this way with the trail of death and blood and broken things that shouldn't look like what they actually look like.
Well, neither should the grass or the shadow realm from the other place, but they did. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am going to turn on my life drain ability.
See if you can sense anything. I
Well,
wonder if there's
just to be ready for any sort of attack.
As you turn
that
it
roll
on,
for initiative.
the bones kind of click for you. They don't have life in them, but they're giving off some sort of entropic energy. Again, very similar to the energy that you use to do your life drain, which is new for you. Generally, if you use it, you don't leave any of that energy behind. This bone, however, seems to be saturated in it.
I don't like that.
Coffee is a Sorry. This is cool.
Were you really unaware of
I told you
the
we lost her.
pH scale?
No. I know about it, but I didn't realize that bananas were on the acidic side.
A lot of things fall on one side or the other, just not extreme enough to be registerable to us.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like milk is technically considered on the acidic side because it's 6.5 to 6.8.
though it's so barely as acidic that it's mostly neutral.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the reasons why it can help with spicy things because while it is technically slightly acidic, spicy things are significantly more acidic, and so the milk actually helps to neutralize it.
Yep. Although Zolta, I'm glad you did not eat lemon juice or orange juice or something similar because all fish die at 4.2 and lemon juice is at a 2 and orange juice is at a 3.
Which is part of the reason why you can do a ceviche where you actually cook a fish in lime juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, which is why I'm glad that you are not being
Are
cooked
currently
from your
chewing on a
mouth.
rock.
By the way, if
This is cool.
if
Okay,
I
stop.
really was starting to speak Arelisms, Iruna, something I thought of after the fact would have said something to the effect of, if you run out of that rock and you still need to lick a rock, you can lick me whenever you need to.
Are you acidic?
I was about to say, if you need to suck a rock, you just had to ask.
Another fun fact: acidic things tend to be sour. Basic things tend to be bitter.
Ugh.
So you actually can. It's not a smart thing to do, but you actually can use taste to figure out the rough pH balance of something.
And
I do not
like
actually,
that in
horse
everyday
blood
life.
is slightly basic.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It runs approximately 7.38 to 7.44.
so that means whatever it was poisoned or killed with was very, very acidic.
Well, it was what I touched with the blood was so basic that it was causing a reaction.
Oh, that's right. That is very
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though horse blood is normally a little basic, it's not so far off of neutral that it should have had that effect at all.
Mhm.
We have gone down a
Oh,
route
the
that I'm sure
science.
like Jody did not look up the pH of horse blood.
No, but I am aware of how basic thing. Again, I slightly misspoke. If you spill acid on yourself, it burns. If you spill something really basic on yourself, it just itches.
Mm.
And the more both you get chemical burns from both, but acids feel different than bases when they interact with your skin, and bases itch. Really, the more basic, the more they itch like crazy.
It depends on which base you get to.
Was
So-
that a?
Just to point out, human blood actually has a wider range from 7.35 to 7.45, but they are both just slightly to the basic side of neutral.
But yeah, if you've ever accidentally dipped your hand in bleach or have been cleaning something for a long period with bleach, which I have, I can attest to that. I ran a restaurant. There was a lot of bleach you had to use. Anyway,
I believe
Okay.
you.
I don't.
so you guys, let's follow this broken, weird trail of stuff. Where is it leading us?
I want to put gloves on now.
As what you should.
Just the visual created a sensation of dipping my hand in bleach. Yeah.
Well, if your staff does not know how to dilute things very well, yeah.
Did you have a non-dilutional staff?
Yeah.
Also, just FYI, bleach may remove the look of blood, but it doesn't actually get rid of blood. It is still detectable.
Yep.
Oh, it's
Yes,
actually
it
really
is.
Why are you
fun when
teaching
you have
everyone how to commit
luminol
murder?
and then no, that's not committing murder. That's trying to cover up a murder.
you can
We're telling them
yeah.
they can't cover it up that way because the
Excuse
luminol
me,
will actually
teaching everyone
show
how to
as
be a
they
cleaner.
smear things around. It's really fun.
So first you use laundry detergent to lift the blood, and
Yeah, or don't cut someone so that they bleed out in a place where you have to clean it.
Internal injuries
but
are just
if-
as deadly as open wounds.
so you guys carry some bleach.
So anyway,
I
as you
can
guys,
name at least 15 poisons you can derive from plants from the natural environment very easily.
Oh, for
so
sure, but the high
as you
concentration can't be
guys,
for a lot
so
of them.
anyway, as you guys continue
I
to
didn't say
follow
what they were.
this, the bits of rubble and debris start getting further and further apart, 200 feet, then 300, 500, closer to 1,000. But kind of linking up with Pierre, you are able to follow this path, which Aruna, you realize is derivating quite sharply away from the path that the caravan would have normally taken, and is actually turned almost basically the way this path would normally go is you would start where Riverside Sable is on the map, then you go a little bit east, then you go south, and then east. It would kind of work its way down that river.
I'll try to keep track.
Excuse me for just a second.
That Pierre was just playing.
And at this point, it's actually turned north and has gone effectively in a completely different direction. And each bit of debris you find, you start finding more and more pieces of, for lack of a better term, living debris. And each one has the same affectation of being completely desiccated beyond the point of what Zulta you're used to seeing when you use your powers. Like when you, even if you drain someone completely, they still leave a bit of a kind of a desiccated corpse, where now you are finding almost like mummified remains or bones and tendons and things like that have no moisture, no anything in them whatsoever. This is an extreme version that you have recently experienced when you dealt with when your kind of final blow on him, and that's the only time you've ever seen this. And again, that took all of your power and your energy and your control into a single burst, and you've seen repeatedly over and over bursts of a similar manner would have had to happen in order to do this. And eventually you guys come, after you've been doing this for about 3 hours, you eventually come to another large scorch mark, and this time near the center of a scorch mark, you actually see what looks like a hand.
Guys, I don't think Potts did this.
We have no way
No.
of knowing that.
It's like me on crack.
This
So
hand
we're
is
not
still...
going to touch this again, you guys. Don't touch it. Don't go over there.
Maybe
It's
don't
bad
touch
news.
the hand.
But I am going to shadow step, or I'm sorry, I'm going to go into the shadow realm and see what I can see on the other side.
Okay, go ahead and make your shadow realm roll for me.
27. Or sorry,
Okay.
24.
So as you focus and you kind of gather shadows, you realize being right next to this thing, you can't actually shift into the shadow realm being close to it. So you go about 100 feet away, you have a much significantly easier time kind of shifting into the shadow realm. Again, as you get to this place, you just see this kind of white expanse that as you go up, you literally cannot pass the barrier. But in the center of the expanse, you see effectively what looks like a semi-desiccated hand just kind of floating in the nothingness.
Oh, floating. In just like this light and dangerous area. Okay. So I'm going to step back and go
Okay.
back and relay that information.
Oh, that's unsettling.
Yeah. How do you get a hand to float?
Well, there's a lot of ways you can do that, but in a white void in a dark realm, I'm not sure.
Yeah. There wasn't any strings or anything. I didn't see anyone controlling it. All the ways I would imagine weren't happening.
Well,
So is it
magic
possible?
exists.
I know, but so is it possible that no? Because if they were a shadow being, then they would have been. But why would they be floating in the shadow realm? Oh, I need someone with more brain power.
looks at
Aruna.
Tess.
What?
Aruna's been thinking very
Still
deep
taking
thoughts
notes.
lately.
Zolta still doesn't really think he's smart.
He's been the smartest one when we're together.
I know, and like he actually does have pretty good levels in the equivalent of being smart here.
Yeah,
but
he
Zolta's still
basically he's
missing-
second, I think, to Kess, and I think
Yep.
that's just barely.
I think I have a logic score of 5.
Still, Zolta does not acknowledge this.
I am acutely aware of this fact.
Yeah,
So what do you think, Aruna? What
I
could
acknowledge
it
it.
What do I think of what?
be? Of the floating hand in the shadow realm. Why would it be floating there and is it stuck in the ground here? Why, what? I don't know.
I
don't
assume it's
know.
a side effect of whatever caused the phenomenon in the first place. And that it,
So,
aside from that, poses no real significance, but maybe if we keep on finding really, really desecrated things, you can go and look into the white void bubbles and see if there's anything more interesting than just floating pieces of what's left over.
That was a Freudian slip.
What do you mean?
You said desecrated rather than desiccated.
Oh, that was my bad, not an Aruna bad.
No, but actually, I think it works really well in game.
so let's keep going past this at a very large distance, you guys. Let's just make a very wide path.
But
around
then how
this.
will we
Let's not
spot
go
the things
anywhere.
on the ground?
Well,
I'm
just
assuming
mean,
there's
like,
no giant, like, darkened circles around these things.
Oh,
They're
did
just-
I
There
not
is.
mention that they're
There
giving
is.
off lots of entropic energy?
No, you did not. Thank you for that
Oh.
information.
Yeah.
I thought there was a lack of entropic energy.
No, there's a lot of it. And that's not normal. Usually, it's only there when you're using it. It doesn't linger after the things are dead. So it's weird.
I will mention, as you say that, Zulta, you become kind of distinctly aware that the hand that is sitting in the middle of this scorch mark, or near the middle of it, is radiating entropic energy. Like the other ones that you found, they are they're kind of stained with entropic energy, like there's an after effect. This seems to be generating it.
And actually, that's different.
Yeah, you just told us. Yeah.
No, it like the bones, they had entropic energy coming off of them, but it was like it was left over from how hard they were killed. That don't touch the hand.
Oh,
You
you,
told
don't
us
want to
that
see it?
I
Should we like pull it out and
no.
check it out?
She
'Cause
literally just
I-
said, "Don't touch the hand."
no.
Well, no, I was gonna say I have like we can hook shot and grab it and bring it out of the circle and see if that changes anything.
Any chance of us getting near that hand is probably a really bad idea.
That's hook shot.
There's so much entropic energy coming off of it.
Hook shotting it will bring it near to us.
Yes.
I currently think
what
that
if
people
bringing it-
tried to grab the hand and died.
Mm.
Again, Zolta does have a logic score of 0, so
That
This
makes
is-
sense though. That
Yeah,
makes sense though.
the hand is like it's so much.
So what is the equivalent of the opposite of entropic energy?
Extropic
And does anyone have that
energy.
skill?
If it's bombs, I have that.
Technically,
Ah, God damn
and
it.
tropic is kind of like death energy, so the opposite of it would be kind of life energy.
I
Right,
have
right.
taken life energy from someone and given it to someone else once.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Zulta, as far as you're aware, you were the only person you have ever heard of kind of making a link between effectively anti-life and life. The way most people view those two energy types are entropic energy is what Ganon uses, and it comes from dark hearts and things like that. life energy comes directly from the goddesses. It is most closely associated with Nehru, but in general, it's considered holy, effectively.
So was that why my bodies were burned in multiple areas? Because it's
I'm pretty
very
sure it was the guy.
connected? But there was the symbol, remember?
Yeah,
I
power
did not remember
is
until this very moment.
yeah. The symbol you guys saw was similar to this symbol of power, which is closely associated with Din, who is also very
that's right.
closely associated with the element of fire in general.
Right, that's
Um,
right.
But fire associated with Din would kind of be translated as like a holy fire. In that
While you guys are talking, contemplating, Zolta has walked towards the hand
No, we're walking around it. No!
and like
No!
just like
No!
Zolta, don't
No!
touch the hand.
Don't touch that. We already went into the circle and it was not good.
no,
Zolta, get away.
this is a bad thing.
I cannot stop myself.
use your
Pretty
words.
much. It just, I don't know. I can't explain it. It feels like I'm supposed to be near it.
Well,
No,
you can be near it,
no.
but don't touch it.
Don't touch it. You can look, but just don't touch.
No,
Yeah,
no,
what did
no,
Rel
no
say?
drama. God damn it.
So,
Why
yes,
do I have... God.
let us keep walking
The
around.
closer you get to the hand, the less you're aware of your friends. They sound almost like they're in another room now, speaking through a door, speaking through a wall. It's very, very easy to kind of ignore everything. And the closer you get to this hand, the more it just feels right.
Easier
But
than
as-
normal to
as
ignore,
she's-
Runa.
But You are the
Zolta's
rock of the
got a
group.
lot of practice.
You also start noticing the kind of ambient sounds around you are starting to fade.
Okay, then I would like to retroactively say that Zolta doesn't hear Arel go, "You can look, but you can't touch," but she is under her breath going, "No, no drama. No, 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 no drama."
But,
just like
so-
it subconsciously went in there, but she didn't actually hear it.
I do want to say, like, Arella's panicked enough that as she sees Zolta, like, starting to walk towards it, I'm just going to go over and, like, grab her about the waist and be like, no, 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 no.
Okay. As you enter these scorch marks, you immediately feel wrong. Like everything about just existing in this place feels absolutely wrong. Every breath that you take feels labored and thin, like you're only
Every
getting
move
half.
you make.
I'll be watching you.
If the hand
Breezy
had an eye.
Stalker Anthem.
Yay.
So as you kind of grip onto her, the first thing that you notice is your skin kind of feels like it's buzzing for a moment. And as you make contact with Zolta, in the very back of your mind, you feel this kind of pull towards whatever this thing is, this hand that it is. And you feel like it would be a good idea to pick it up.
I'm gonna pick up the hand.
Oh!
What are you
I
guys
guess I'm
doing
not
over
successful
there?
in, like, trying to pull her back the entire time. Just-
Well, I'll leave it to you guys. Zolta, before you have a chance to pick it up, you do feel Arel kind of grab around your midsection.
I'm going to look down, see that it's Arel, and go, no means no.
but still trying to pull you back. So obviously she's not doing anything weird because she's not trying to touch things. She's just grabbing, like, panicked.
And as you
And
as you try to pull her, it's like pulling a stone pillar.
I am Goron now.
Been there,
Hear
done
me
that.
over.
I know how to move rocks.
It seems almost impossible for you to move at all. And again, having, it's gonna sound really bad, but I'm just gonna say it. You guys are all gonna laugh.
Sure.
We're gonna move on with this. Having grabbed quite a few different people, you know what it's like to kind of hold on and manipulate someone physically away. This isn't natural. The feeling that you're getting from Zulta, she literally does not feel alive at this particular point in time. She feels like a statue that is connected to the ground.
Can I do that in this? Hold on, I've got to check something. Oops.
And
Is there, watching all this happen, is there any, like, it seems like Zolta's getting closer to the hand. It seems like Aurel's unsuccessfully trying to pull her away from it in a very panicked
I would like to
state.
talk to the hand.
As soon as Serena finishes his explanation,
Is there,
this is all happening simultaneously.
I mean, I'm just wanting to do more like 90s and early 2000s jokes. That's the only reason.
and I'm here to stop.
Talk to the fist because the
fits.
hand is pissed.
Which fits as we have to do this to talk. Out of character.
Out of character. Would I feel any sense of urgency? Like, she said not to touch the hand, but I don't think I fully understand, like, the importance of not touching it. I don't know.
You aren't getting the feeling that the other people are, because you are completely disconnected from the realms of entropy and creation energy. However, you know Aurel very, very well. You know how she interacts with people. As creepy as this is going to sound, you know how she touches people.
I sure do.
What she is currently
You are
doing
correct.
is so far out of character for her. There is nothing loving in her to the touch. There's nothing gentle in her touch. She is digging her heels into the ground and pulling with all her might.
Which is
I
not very
think at the
strong,
very
by the way.
least, and I know this is a little awkward, at the very least I would turn to Kess, who is standing by and watching all of this as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Just taking notes about her fiance wife.
So this hand.
It's like,
It's
I feel like
getting real
whatever's
close to the point
happening.
where I don't think Kiri would allow her
Yeah.
to just
I
sit
feel
back.
like whatever's happening over there is escalating very quickly. Should I intervene, or maybe should you hook shot or something, or how do we
And
feel about this?
Kess kind of turns into you and goes, yeah, and she pulls her hook shot out and she goes and she shoots it at Zulta. And Aruna, you're going to have a split second where you recognize the expression on her face goes from confident Kess to, oh shit, I did something wrong. As
I'm
you
about
see
to kill
her
my wife.
starting to get pulled towards them as instead of the hook shot grabbing and pulling Zulta back, it looks like it's about to pull Kess in. So in that
that's-
split second, what would you like to do?
Oh, what a great... Okay, so if I can react to that.
I thought we shouldn't
He's-
follow the trail of crazy entropic energy.
If that's the case, then
But
I
you're
think
the one who got us into this mess.
within
You're
the split
the one
second,
who found the saddle.
I'm going to try
You're
and
the one who licked it.
grab the chain.
Okay.
And especially if I see that it's starting to pull her towards, and just try to steady it and play tug of war with Pillar Zolta here.
Okay. I'm gonna make me a might check.
Very well.
If I
And
must.
because you are Aruna, I'll give you advantage to 2 because this is something that you would be expecting this to be difficult at this point. Because of what happened to Kess, you would be prepared for this to be
Play
tough.
tug of war right off the womb. Okay.
And your fiance and both of her other fiancés are also in trouble.
Both of her... Oh, right, okay. To advantage 2. Love getting advantage for just being myself. Okay, so...
it is very advantageous to do that.
24 might.
Before. As you grab the chain, the first thing that you notice is Kess's hook shot is remarkably well made. And as soon as you grab it, the end of the hook shot instantly kind of goes to where your hand is, and you lose grip of the chain, and you literally can just hold the hook shot itself because of just how much pull.
Wow,
it has.
that's so intuitive.
And as you do that, you instantly feel all the muscles in your body start to strain as you and Kess are no longer being pulled in, but it is taking all of your strength to keep from being pulled
Oh
in.
man. Oh.
Which partially kind of shows just how well made Kess's hook shot is, but partially shows that there's something very, very wrong with whatever is going on with.
There's a lot to
Zoltar
process
right
here.
now. Arel, as you're sitting there pulling, you hear the familiar sound of doom, and you actually feel something kind of hit your duster and pin it to Zulta as you feel Kess's hook shot kind of puncture Zulta. But as you kind of look down at it, it hasn't kind of stuck into her. It is attached to the surface, very similar to how the hook shot would work against like a wall or something like that, which isn't how flesh works.
Yeah.
And then you can't see, but as soon as the hook shot hits Zulta, you can feel Kess, and you can feel that holy shit moment where she starts getting pulled, and then a split second later, you can now feel Aruna, and you can feel the strain on his muscles as he's trying to pull you guys out. And so now all of you can't explain how, but you're all somehow connected. While all of this is going on, Zulta, you can feel Kess's, or not Kess, you can feel Arel's arms around you, though it feels almost like you're wearing like a really thick winter coat, and so you're feeling it through some sort of a barrier, despite the fact that she's effectively just on your shirt or whatever it is you wear in your torso.
My vest.
Your vest, there you go. So there's probably even a little bit of skin-to-skin contact, but it feels separate. And in the back of your mind, you can feel Arel's kind of worry and panic. But it's really far back, and it's really, really easy for you to just kind of set it to the side and not worry about it. And as you do that mentally, it feels better. It feels like that's what you're supposed to do.
I'm currently ignoring it by in my head singing "Eye of the Tiger."
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Then you feel something kind of strike you effectively in the kidney area in your lower back.
Ow.
But again, it feels like something has hit you through multiple layers of very thick padded fabric. And again, you can feel a slight pressure there as if someone was like leaning on that spot. But again, it's easy enough. And as that happens, you can kind of feel Kess in the back of your mind. And you can feel her kind of worry and her fear for you. And then a split second later, you can feel Aruna. And really all you can feel from Aruna right now is, wow, my muscles hurt.
I
But
really
again,
just
it's-
wanted you to stop
Wow,
at wow.
my muscles hurt. Wow, this hook shot is so well made. Wow, none of this
Yeah.
makes sense. These are
Lots
the
of
thoughts.
wows.
Just wow. So all of those kind of feelings are in the back of your head, and you keep it's very, very easy for you to just kind of set them to the side and not worry about them. And it feels right to do that. And in front of you, you can see this kind of desiccated, mummified hand, just kind of lying there.
I'm
again-
now in my head singing "Reach Out and Touch Somebody's Hand" by Diana Ross.
Oh my
Gotcha.
god.
And the closer you get to it, the more natural it feels, the better it feels. But in the back of your mind, one of the voices that you kind of set off and have not been focusing on is becoming more and more present. The voice of your wife is becoming more and more impassioned and panicked. The closer you get to this, the more you can hear her saying no, trying to convince you to stop, whatever other feelings I think Kiri would have here, and any other feelings that Kiri eventually retcons into what she wants us to say here. But you can definitely feel Kess, more than anyone else, is telling you need to stop. And despite everyone else is really, really easy to just throw off to the side and ignore. For whatever reason, you cannot set her specific voice aside. No matter what you do, no matter how good it feels to go, no, I don't need to listen to that right now. That voice refuses to be silenced. So with all of this happening, Arel, you had to say something?
Yes. So as we get closer, I want Arel to continue panicking and
Mhm.
like take one of her stabby bits and throw it towards like Aruna or as far as I can outside of the circle.
Okay.
And then try to shadow step with Zolta.
Okay. I'm gonna say holding on to her and attempting to effectively like blind throw the stabby bit is gonna be kind of difficult. So I'm gonna have you make me an agility check with disadvantage 1.
Can I wrap my legs around her first?
Sure.
Just more
you
things
want.
to grab with. It's not like
Uh-huh.
Sure.
I understand,
Again,
but
it's
it's also a
panic
realm.
it's panic piggyback.
If Zolta was in her right mind, she would be so offended at this action right now.
Piggyback Panic was my favorite NES game.
Actually, that'd be a great name for like a band.
I was going to say, Piggyback Panic is my There Might Be Giants cover band.
I like that.
Like it sounds like it could be punk.
Oh, so I got a 36.
So you don't even need to look. You just very calmly throw the stabby bit, and as you try to reach into the shadows to shadow step, there are no shadows to shadow step with. Shadows do not exist in this area. Your powers are completely useless.
Inside the white void bubble.
Reach out and touch.
Back to Zazulta. Again, this voice is getting louder and louder. At this point, it's starting to become painful, as if someone is right next to you, kind of screaming at you. And as much as your brain and now the hand itself seems to be telling you, just ignore it, put it away, don't listen to them, you can't. No matter what you do, you cannot block out Kekakes's voice.
Okay, so I would like to use that as an attempt to break free of the hand's control.
Sure.
And if I succeed, I have flavor text I would like to add.
Sure.
I have
That's
written some
amazing.
flavored text for this action.
Make a
Oh, I have thoughts.
make
Of
a
course.
presence to check. I'll give you advantage 2 because of Kekakes.
And because Zolta has wonderful presence.
Actually, yeah, I have a 4 in presence because I'm just like Zolta would. 35.
Jeez, guys.
As you're sitting here focusing, and feel free to stop me and add your flavor text whenever you would like.
So I'll let you incorporate it, but if you remember, the thing that magnifies my power for electricity by 3 is a ring that Kess gave, which is how we first got engaged. It is on the finger that I'm using to reach my hand out towards the
Okay.
hand.
Gotcha. So
Incorporate.
as you are reaching out, again, Kess is effectively screaming in your ear. And you kind of almost have an out-of-body experience where now you're just kind of standing and Kess is standing right next to you and she is just screaming at you and over, and you're just like, just stop. You eventually just kind of yell at her and you grab her by the shoulders and you go, stop. And as you grab her, you look at your hand and you look at the ring and you look at kind of what you're doing is you've kind of grabbed onto Kessa's shoulders as you shook her, and you can see kind of the pain in her eyes as this confrontation has turned into something very dark and very negative. And you kind of look at the ring and it starts triggering memories of the love that you have for her, the promises that you guys made each other. And then you're back in your body and you are literally inches from grabbing the hand, and you can see the hand, but you can see your ring. And everything else just kind of, you tunnel vision to the ring and you blink. And then all at once, everything happens. You feel a sharp pain in your lower back as the hook shot finally finds its purchase. You feel Arel yank you backwards, and then Arel, because she's already kind of gripped on, has to hold on for dear life as you and Arel go hurtling backwards into Aruna.
She's still in backpack mode right now.
Yeah.
She said she hooked the legs too.
Piggyback panic.
So you go hurtling backwards, you slam into Kess and Runa, and the just massive amount of force behind it and the sudden change of direction where Runa was, you were holding it, and then now all of it's coming, you guys fly back 20 feet in a tangle of limbs.
How? Hi.
As that happens, sound starts to come back to Zulta. All of you are just kind of like piled onto the top of each other. You can feel the kind of puncture wound from the hook shot, and it is remarkably painful. You've never been hook shot before?
You shot me. Thank you. Ow!
Hey, what
I like
happened?
myself stockpiled, but not in this way. That was scary. Don't do that again. Don't go over there.
The hand called to me. We should move far away from the hand.
That
That's
was
what I
Arel's
said to
idea.
begin with.
Or maybe, I don't know,
I
bury
know
the
I don't
hand.
have good ideas sometimes, but that
Bury
was
the
like,
hand.
no, don't go anywhere near it.
I'm not
Make it
going
go
near
away.
it.
Bomb it from far, far, far away.
Actually,
Okay.
yeah, Aruna, throw a bomb at it and see what happens.
From this distance, I chunk a big bomb directly at the hand.
Okay. No roll required. As the bomb explodes, you see the explosion go out as you'd expect, and it stops short of where it should have. And then you watch as it slowly collapses in on itself and gets kind of drained into the hand.
We should leave.
Uh-huh, agreed.
Hey, walk around and pick up my stabby bit. and then
Zolta's just limping
scurry
in
away.
the opposite direction of the hand at this point.
Should you get some healing?
Probably.
Cool.
I
As
call
you
up
look down,
to Pierre, who no doubt has just been circling in the air, survey.
yeah, he was taking pictures. He's like, "That's kind of cool, guys."
He's been looking for bananas the entire time.
Can you have us follow this trail, but from a very, very safe distance? It's amazing that you can thumbs up while flying. It's so cool.
Zulta, again, because Kessa's hookshot is remarkably well made. It's a relatively shallow wound, and it's not difficult for you to repair it effectively. But yeah, the entire time, Kess has not left your side.
Even getting punched in the lower back, like where the kidneys would be, hurts. Like, I'm gonna say the Dickens. because Charles, sure. So yes, I'm going to hold Kess's hand, but also I am in pain. Not life-threatening pain, but pain.
A lot of extra squeezing in the hand holding just from dealing with the pain.
In? No.
Correction, I think she was sucking on a rock.
I was
Okay.
sucking on a rock.
So, you guys take, 5-ish minutes to 5-10 minutes to kind of recover yourself. Arel, as you get close to pick up your stabby bit in the back of your mind, you feel kind of a compulsion to go look and see what this thing is. But because of the previous encounter you just had, it is significantly easier for you to not be compelled by it. But you do notice that whatever this hand thing is seems fascinating to you, especially since it has power, because your shadow abilities are still kind of entropic in nature. And in this area where there are no shadows, it still retains power. And so that in the back of your mind, you have this idea of, well, technically, we're going to be dealing with these anti-shadow bombs, whatever they are, that would give me the ability to use my shadow powers in these anti-shadow places.
By having this hand.
Mm-hmm. Whatever power it has is similar to your shadow powers, but it works in places where there are no shadows.
Sounds so tempting.
Why?
Are you coming, Aurel?
Not right now.
Arel!
Give me a second.
Arel, were you on my back?
Yes.
I keep
Clear
waiting
that
for
up.
her to say, "You smell nice."
The panic was so real that nothing registered but getting out and getting fiance out.
So again,
this.
unlike what happened with
I
Zulta,
did think
where
that
there
when
was
she
a
landed on me.
really, really strong compulsion, you are not getting the compulsion aspect of it, but the back of your mind, this makes sense to you. Like you're effectively having a conversation with yourself, and the conversation you're having with yourself is this could be incredibly useful to the point where if you are going to be going up against somebody that can really take away your powers, this is an essential item for you. So you're not compelled to do anything, but your brain says it makes sense.
I really
Does that
want
make sense?
I really want Carrie to be here so that she can help me figure this out.
Okay.
I
So,
mean,
but
I'm
on the
also
same
half
token,
convinced just pick up the hand.
I was about to. Yeah. So instead of going near it, because I too have a hook shot, I want to
What?
try and get it out.
She
You didn't
does.
realize that? I do. I have a hook shot.
You just
And the
never
power-
used
and
it.
No, because I've never had the chance. It came with the Wisdom Realms book.
Oh, that's right. You stole it.
We've looted that body too. We've looted all of my bodies. We felt
All
my
of your
bodies.
bodies? Just your bodies.
Just my bodies. Well, I felt yours too.
Did you
Oh,
loot
that's
my
really
body?
You could check.
Define loot.
A musical instrument?
The other kind. Oh, are you saying I played you like a lute? Did you like it?
Did
it feel
I'm just going to bring us back to Greek and talk about Orpheus and
Don't
Eurydice.
mind this
So-
non-tequila I'm
The
drinking.
only thing I could think of when you said, "Did I play you like a lute?" is, well, what fingerings did you use? Yes, folks, this is how things go here.
All right,
as-
everyone, we've had a great stream. Thanks for joining us.
I'm
Bye.
you-
pretty sure I was playing a G.
As you pull out your hook shot, you hear from Kess. You hear her to start say something, and that is where we're going to end it for today.
You're real awkward.
As
if
always,
Carrie's in here for the next one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm hoping we're gonna again. Kiri is such an amazing, wonderful person. She is currently, she's producing or something. She's working with a show called Finding
Nemo.
No.
Love in Robots or something like that.
Yes.
Neverland.
Go to follow her Twitter. She's tweeted about it, and her TikTok too, because she's really awesome.
Teaching
on
robots to
TikTok.
love. There you
Teaching
go.
robots to love. There we
Yeah.
go. So that's why she can't be here today, because she's doing awesome things, and that's always why she can't be here, is because she's constantly doing awesome for the things. So if we can get her in the next session, hopefully we will. I'm probably going to have a conversation if she can't come, just so I can get an idea of what she would want to say, because at this point it feels bad having Kess just sit there in this particular storyline. But as I always say, as always, if you missed any of the episode, you can watch all the episodes right here on twitch.tv/this is Zelda Universe TV. Yeah, otherwise, again, that is all for me today, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.
Goodbye. Watch my stream.
Catch Eliza's